Well, I think everyone got a peek at the stuff, and I thought he competed really well. There's no question to me he got a little tired there in the fifth inning, and when he had to make a pitch there in the fourth when he really got in his little bit of trouble, he buckled down and made a pitch and got a huge out to get out of that inning, and then I think you could see when he went out there in the fifth, he was definitely tired, but figured it out, worked his way through it. A few walks that kind of didn't allow him to get deep into the night, but which I think as we go forward will be a little uncharacteristic. But I thought for first time out, I thought he competed really well, and he obviously he gave us everything we needed tonight. I would have, if I could have drawn it up, if he could have got us through 5 innings. And to leave with a lead like that, not giving up any runs, I would have definitely signed up for that.
You mentioned that fourth inning, 23 years old, making his major league debut, bases loaded, and didn't flinch. Does that really show you something about him? And his makeup?
It does, and it's, I think it confirms a little bit, I think the feeling we have about Jonathan and kind of what we think about him from a makeup standpoint. I think he fits in very well with the makeup I talk about a lot of our guys. I'm not surprised that he responded well when he got into a little bit of adversity there in the fourth inning, but you still got to go out and make pitches, and he was able to do that.
We've talked a lot to you about Sanchez and some of his struggles at the plate. Do you think one hit like that could turn things around for him?
Honestly, with Gary, I really feel like it's every at bat it could be turned around. I feel like he's close. I just feel like he's fighting it, wanting it so bad, which I feel like's maybe gotten in his way a little bit. But so, sure, hopefully. I mean, but I feel like even through these struggles, I feel like he's been close all along. So, hopefully this takes a little bit off his shoulders and before long, we can look back on this and it be a bump in the road on the season for him.
Dave, to your left.
I can hear you.
All right.
Did you get a clue about his composure? And first, he gives up the walk, but then he comes right back and he gets a strikeout, gets out of that inning. Was there something you saw at that point?
Yeah, I think he confirmed what we thought, and a big reason why he's here. I think everyone got to look at the stuff that this kid has, and the arm he has, and the easy delivery he has. But I felt confident in just the little I got to see him in spring training and watching him on video and talking to people within our organization. I felt like mentally, emotionally, he's equipped to handle this. So, no, I'm not surprised that he, bounced right back after that and continued to pitch. And it wasn't like I never felt like he was wild when he was walking guys. He was missing a little bit off the edge there. I think the first walk really threw some good fastballs, probably just off the plate where he's trying to hit the corner. So it never felt like he lost it. You know what I mean?
Dan.
You guys now over here have gotten 2 starters. You lost Montgomery and Tanaka, and to get good starts from 2 different guys, how important is that to just that rotation depth that you've talked about?
It's huge. I mean, look, you go to spring training, you understand that you're going to have to dip into your depth and likelihood within a rotation, and we've certainly had to do that. I think it confirms, some of the opinions people have about our organization and our farm system that, we have a lot of guys knocking on the door and capable of contributing. And to their credit, they've come up and played a part. And again, we continue to do a good job in grabbing victories. And, I don't think our starting pitching gets talked about enough for how really consistent they've been. Maybe not always deep into the game, but I feel like night in and night out, for the most part, they've given us quality efforts and a really good chance to win, and another example of that tonight.
Andy and Mark to the right.
For as few innings as Loiza has pitched, professionally? Is it sort of striking to you how polished he seems in terms of stuff in command? And how close is he to you to what kind of finished product he could be with that many more innings under his belt?
Yeah. It is impressive that, I mean, he really hasn't pitched a ton. I think it speaks to the kind of talent he has, because, I remember the first time watching a bullpen of his and him kind of getting my attention right away. Like, this kid could be really good, and he's now, albeit not logged a lot of innings, he's racked up a lot of success here of late. So I think that's given him a lot of confidence. And again, his makeup was evident to me anyway right away, and he's continued to confirm that throughout the year, and a big reason why he's gotten this opportunity.
Mark, to the right.
And, obviously a lot of the young guys you've called up have a lot of talent, but, Andy just said there's been polish there. So what does that say about, I guess, the player development part of the organization right now, the job that they're doing?
Yeah, huge. I think I've said a lot since I've taken this job that the talent in this organization, I think, is evident, to people across the baseball world. I think people are aware that we have a deep system as well. But I think the thing that is impressive is, for the guys that have been here now a few years, that are contributing, that have come through the system, there's no question that as an organization, we do a really good job of preparing these guys, not just from a physical baseball X's and O's, but all the mental stuff, all the emotional stuff that goes with being a big leaguer, that goes with being a Yankee, that goes with playing in New York. These guys come through our system, and for the most part are very prepared.
Right in the middle.
Before the game in the press conference, Jonathan Loaiziga was talked about a great portion of it. Did you ever thought that the media had some doubts about him?
Did you? I don't think any doubts about him. I'm sure a lot of people maybe hadn't seen him and didn't know what to expect, so we're anxiously looking to form their own conclusion of, what kind of stuff does this guy have, and, what kind of makeup and poise does it look like? What's his mound presence like? So I'm sure for those that haven't seen him before, I'm sure there was a level of excitement, I would like to think, within the audience here to see him get to go out there and pitch. And so I don't know what the expectations necessarily were, but I would expect that there was probably some healthy anticipation for his outing tonight.
He seems to give off the impression that he is a guy who's very mature, even though he's only 23 years old, and that can be trusted in the way that he was tonight out there. Did you specifically had it strategized to where he could be out there for 5 innings? And did you at any point think about letting him pitch more than 5 innings?
I agree as far as just his presence and how he goes about things, that it never has seemed too big since he got here yesterday. He's just fit in very well. He seems very comfortable, very at ease. As far as the game plan, depending on his, what we were seeing as far as fatigue, how many pitches he was throwing, it wasn't just that he's going 5. No. So had he been in a better place, we feel like physically or pitch count wise, we probably would have given him the opportunity to extend him. But we felt like after the 4th inning, we knew the 5th inning at most was going to be it for him. Just where he was in the game, where he was from a pitch count. I don't think he's thrown over 90 pitches in a game yet this season. This might have been the most. I think he went over 90 today. I think that might be the most he's thrown all year. Now he's at a number of games, 85, 90, around that. But once he got through the 4th, we knew at best the 5th was going to be it for him.
Dan.
It looks like the Rays are starting Stanek tomorrow as one of those deals where they start somebody and then bring someone in to pitch the bulk of the game. Does that affect the way you do anything, either lineup wise or approach wise, going into tomorrow's game?
Not a lot. I mean, I know it'll probably be Yarbrough for coming in after getting the, kind of as the starter in a way, but it may affect a little bit how I construct the lineup. But I'll go in there right now and just, with the day game after the night game, just kind of figure out, if there's anyone that I want to rest, or that's probably goes into it more so than how they're strategizing.
Last one, Brian.
3 hits and a home run for Didi tonight. What's the difference do you see with him swinging the bat right now?
Yeah, I just feel like he's getting back into a strong position more consistently now. He's kind of rocking back with that little tap that he's got. And I feel like he's in a really strong position to impact the ball. I feel like he's laying off some pitches now more so than he was before. We've seen some walks here in the last week. And I just think he's getting a little bit more comfortable. But I think it starts with he's getting into a strong position to do some damage and impact the ball more consistently is all.